The 10 best benchtop planers I recommend, reviewed. Whether you're an experienced woodworker or just getting started, these models transform rough lumber into smooth boards for just about any project. Regardless of the woodworking project you're tackling, your workpieces should be as flat and smooth as possible. A benchtop planer, a portable version of the industrial machine commonly found in professional woodshops, does just that. They eliminating rough patches and irregularities from lumber, creating consistent thickness across entire boards, and transforming rough sawn wood into a smooth, uniform workpiece ready for your project. Faced with the alternatives, hand planing or sending wood out for professional milling, these compact machines save significant time and money while giving you complete control over lumber preparation. They can also handle a wide variety of wood species, from softwood construction lumber to exotic hardwoods, making them invaluable for everything from shed construction, fine furniture crafting, and the range of projects in between. The benchtop planer category offers a variety of options to match different needs and budgets, with basic 12-inch units perfect for hobbyists, to premium models with helical cutter heads designed for serious woodworkers. Some prioritize portability for job site use, while others focus on power and precision for shop-based projects. Features can vary widely too, from single-speed and dual-speed options, straight knife systems to advanced spiral cutter heads, and basic dust collection to sophisticated chip evacuation systems. With prices typically starting around $400 and climbing well into four figures for professional-grade models, choosing the right benchtop planer requires a comprehensive understanding of what features are most useful for your needs. I've used my own experience and the insight from experts on our staff to review the top models across different categories and budgets, as well as provide guidance on the key factors to consider before making this significant investment. The best benchtop planers best overall. DeWalt DW735X 2-speed thickness planer best budget. Craftsman CMEW 320 benchtop planer best spiral. 1PL1326 benchtop thickness planer best helical option. Grizzly 13 inches W20 amp benchtop planer best premium. Oliver 1005515 in .HCX helical benchtop planer. What to consider power. Most benchtop planers have a motor with 13 to 15 amps of power that translates to roughly 2 horsepower, which provides adequate strength for basic woodworking projects using softer lumber species, such as pine or cedar. When working on furniture making and similar projects that demand harder wood varieties, oak, beech, maple, and walnut, I recommend a 15-amp model, since greater electrical power is required to perform clean cuts. If you frequently work with particularly hard wood species, you may want to go even higher, and consider a 20-amp model like the Grizzly 13 inches W20-amp benchtop planer. Blades. Benchtop planer cutting elements, often referred to as knives or blades, are either straight, spiral, or helical. A straight knife cutter head, the spinning metal assembly inside the unit, typically has 2 blades, though some models have more for an even smoother surface, like this DeWalt model I chose for Best Overall below, which there are also spiral cutter heads, which feature uniformly distributed insert-mounted blades positioned around the cylinder, such as my Best Spiral pick. The blades are often 2 or 4-sided, so you can rotate them after the edge gets dull or becomes damaged. Premium models with helical blades incorporate multiple rows of compact, square cutting inserts, typically mounted via replaceable holders, so the maintenance process is straightforward when replacement is needed. Helical cutting cylinders also have a higher upfront cost compared to other benchtop planer types, but their longer-lasting cutting edges and quieter operation could be a fair trade-off if you do a lot of planing. It's important to keep in mind that a planer is only as good as its blades, and proper maintenance is more important than the technology itself. A well-maintained $400 2-blade planer will outperform a neglected $1,000 helical model, so understanding your user manual and following proper maintenance protocols is crucial. That being said, when properly maintained, helical heads do offer genuine advantages over straight knives. They're quieter, produce smoother cuts on difficult grain patterns, and are actually easier to maintain since you can rotate or replace individual inserts instead of precisely setting full-length blades. However, these benefits only matter if you're committed to keeping your equipment in good condition. Bottom line, focus on maintenance first, then consider the technology upgrade if it fits your needs and budget. Maximum width. The width of a benchtop planer refers to the maximum board dimension the machine can accommodate. This is typically 12 or 12.5 inches wide for more compact models, like this Craftsman model, and 13 inches for conventional sizes. Some machines, like this one from Oliver, feature 15-inch widths, which can be convenient for those who plan on working with larger workpieces. Speeds. With benchtop planers, you need to consider the speed of the motor, the cutter head speed, and the feed rate, how quickly the board moves through the machine. I recommend a benchtop planer with a cutter head speed of at least 8,000 rotations per minute, RPM. The feed rate, measured in feet per minute, FPM, determines how fast material passes through the cutting head and affects both productivity and surface finish quality. There's also the cutting speed, the number of cuts per minute, measured in CPM, but since not all brands advertise this measurement, it's not the most useful for comparisons. Most benchtop planers have only one speed, though some high-end models often have two for finishing and dimensioning. Cleanup. Planing wood can be a messy job. It doesn't take long for dust and wood chips to accumulate, which is why most benchtop planers feature some kind of dust collection system or feature. Most include a port that you can connect to your shop vac and suck out chips as they form. Just make sure the diameter is compatible, while others utilize fan-powered chip ejectors to blast shavings into a dedicated dust collection bag. Accessories and extras. Some benchtop planers come with extra knives, another perk that made the DeWalt DW735X such an easy choice as my best overall pick, which is always handy for when your blades get dull. Many also include one or more feed tables, which help level and support the board as it moves through the planer for a smooth in-feed and out-feed. I've found that the lack of support from shorter feed tables can increase the probability of snipe issues. Planer snipe refers to small depressions or dips at the beginning or end of the board, caused by the cutting head removing slightly more material than intended. Snipe is nearly unavoidable on benchtop planers, requiring you to either sand or hand plane the area, but with proper technique and practice, you can minimize its impact. A trick I learned in my woodshop was to feed in a piece of sacrificial scrap lumber before and after the workpiece. How I selected. In assessing a wide range of benchtop planers, I drew from my own experience using benchtop planers while working as a residential and commercial carpenter. As a member of a fine furniture crew, I used several types of planers over the years, and drew upon that hands-on experience and insight to assemble the list below. When evaluating models for this story, I made sure to include brands that I've come to know and trust over the years, such as DeWalt and Grizzly. In order to provide options for those interested in pro-style results, or just upgrading their current mid-range planer, I replaced several similarly designed straight knife models with two dedicated helical options. One best overall DeWalt 2-speed thickness planer, DW735X. Pro's durable construction can withstand regular use, includes extra blades, fan-assisted chip ejection, minimizes cleanup, cons larger and heavier than most benchtop planers. This DeWalt 2-speed high-capacity benchtop planer is a powerful, solid workhorse. It boasts 10,000 revolutions per minute speeds to power cuts up to 1/8 inch in depth, and the 3-knife cutter head design means blades last longer and replacing them is easier. There's a 2-speed gearbox for choosing a speed that works best for your specific task. 96 cuts per inch would be a good choice for dimensioning and 179 cuts per inch for finishing, and a range of preset thickness settings ensures you won't take off more material than intended. This benchtop planer has a sturdy 19.75-inch cast aluminum base, and combined with a 92-pound weight, provides a rock-solid foundation. The automatic carriage lock is a big help in snipe reduction, and the fan-assisted chip ejection keeps chips out of the way and away from the cutter head during operation. This 735X model is identical to the 735, but includes feed tables and extra blades.
2 Best Budget Craftsman Benchtop Planer, CMU 320.
Pro smooth operation and easy set-up, comparable feed rate to higher-end units, relatively lightweight, cons no dust collection system, short feed tables, increased chances of snipe. This Craftsman wood planer is a reliable yet surprisingly budget-friendly choice in the benchtop category. The 15-amp motor powers the double-edged reversible blades at speeds of 8,000 revolutions per minute and provides a feed rate of 26.2 FPM, just as productive as higher-cost units like the DeWalt DW735X and DeWalt DW734. I also appreciate 61-pound weight, the lightest of all the models on this list, which makes it especially useful for those who value portability. It can accommodate board widths of 12.5 inches for cuts of up to 1/8 inch deep, although the relatively short in- and out-feed tables, and their limited support compared to longer options, increase the chances of snipe. As long as you're realistic about its abilities, and don't expect the precision and pro-style results of a high-end machine, this is a perfectly fine entry-level option, or for casual woodworkers who only need to use it occasionally. Key specs.
3 Best Spiralwen Benchtop Thickness Planer, PL1326, now 13% off.